All right, it's NWB. Really? What does that mean? Is it an NWB or NHB? I think it's NHB, right? No holds
Yeah,
barred.
NHB.
NHB. Okay, so it's no holds barred. We just go at it. Cross generations, cross races, cross anything. We say whatever we want to say. And we have some beautiful people on the show. And I don't mean Julio. I mean, starting with, she wasn't on the first episode, but she's on this one. Miranda, give her a hand. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there she is.
Hi, everybody.
Miranda,
I'm
tell us about
Miranda.
yourself. Tell us about yourself.
Thank you. I'm Miranda. I'm an actress, model. I'm a host, a brand ambassador. I do promos. I do almost everything. I have a TikTok channel, YouTube channel. I was just in a Maxim contest, which unfortunately is over now, but I was doing Maxim. And
whoa, wait,
thank you. I made it pretty far, but they kind of rigged my votes, but they rigged someone else's votes, but whatever. I'll talk about that another time. But
yeah, in about 5 minutes. Go ahead. I want to hear about it.
Oh, you want to hear about it now?
Not now. No, let's get the show started.
Okay, later.
Because I know that's one of those kind of magazines that when I was a kid, Playboy was the big thing. It's not like a Playboy, but it's sort of close in 2021. A little racy, but not nude and not showing bush or something, or nipples or whatever. But we'll get into that. But Miranda, welcome to the show. And I'd like to introduce you to some of the other people on the show, including JT on my screen. She's right above you. JT from San Diego, California. And she didn't run across the border or jump over the fence or, 11-foot fence and 12-foot ladder. It wasn't like that for her. She didn't turn herself into immigration or anything. She is actually a born here American like the rest of us. Am I right? How about a hand for America? Yeah. Oh, USA. All right. Ilsa shaking her head at that, but I think she's an American too. Ilsa, tell us about yourself, and don't leave with Mexican, because then they're gonna, and everybody's mind, it's gonna be like, oh, that's why you said that about the ladders in the wall.
Yeah, I was like, is that my introduction? Are you saying that I'm a legal Mexican here? What the hell is going on?
You don't seem Mexican. Even your name, Ilsa. I was having trouble calling you Ilsa from the beginning of the first show. You know what I mean? Because to me, that's a Russian
I have
name.
a reveal. So I'm part Polish too. So
all right. Well, that's the answer.
Oh, now
that's the answer.
Oh,
okay. The second it took us to the second show to find out.
Okay. All right.
Third generation Mexican America. My family's been here. Okay.
Nice.
Really?
Mexican,
oh wow, that's a shame.
Proud though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian in Chicago, Illinois. Like I was telling Miranda, I did have a small stint in New York City, which was awesome. But yeah, now I'm out here in Chicago doing stand-up, improv. I have a podcast. I'm in the Lincoln Lodge Network here in Chicago with my podcast. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here and to do another episode.
And according to Julio, you're too pretty to do stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I'm really pretty also. So.
You are pretty. Listen, I'm not taking it away from you. I'm just careful with my words because of the way we are in 2021. Everyone's so sensitive,
So don't be careful. Just say what you got to say.
Well, that's good for you, Julio, but I have to be, like you said, I have a persona that I portray on the show. And I'll say some outlandish things, but I have a certain center. I'm a moderator. That's all.
Yeah,
I admit it.
I'm the hot dumb one.
But what do you have? Your boyfriend there listening? Ilsa?
Oh yeah, that's my friend Tommy. He's from New York, yeah, Brooklyn, the Brooklynite.
He's from Brooklyn too? Oh, troublemaker. Anyway.
Yeah.
And of course, before I introduce Julio, I'll introduce myself because I know after that I can't talk anymore because he'll be talking. I'm at Dr. Alan Shan, which is a made-up name and a made-up title. But I did go to Columbia for journalism, as well as I've been an attorney for too long. As Julio will explain how we know each other for so many years. Abe Lincoln was trying to get our votes back in the day without any kind of internet or anything. It was tough for Abe. He had to go around in a horse and buggy. But anyway, that's me. I've been on Nickelodeon, I've been on Food Network, and now I'm here. Julio, awesome. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I've been trying to do stand-up for 31 years. So, doing that, I don't write anything. I just say what I gotta say. I'm not politically correct. I don't want to be, I like when people react to things I would say. Doesn't mean I mean it. It just means that, people get.
Oh, so you don't mean what you say. Isn't that interesting?
No, just say it. It's like,
Isn't that interesting?
yeah, that's it.
Because I don't know. I mean, I was on the first show with Ilsa and Jamie, JT, and you seem like you meant it.
Oh no, when I'm saying it, I mean it. I say, but I'm not gonna think about
Oh,
it.
at that moment, you meant it.
Said it. I'm not gonna sit there and like, one thing I learned about doing stand-up, and for all you young people doing stand-up, never apologize for things you think is wrong. The minute you apologize, you're gonna get crucified. So don't apologize. That's the weakest thing you could do as a stand-up is apologize. I don't care what it is.
You want to know, ladies, I'm going to let you in on a secret. One of the funniest bits, and I've seen his act over and over, and he does repeat stuff, even though he says he doesn't write it down. He does repeat stuff. And he had the funniest time. The audience, literally, I went up, and I'm very good at what I do. When you see me as a stand-up, folks, you're going to be impressed. You're going to be like, wow, he's not just that boring guy on the show. And I did excellent. And he goes up and he slayed it out. Even I was on the floor laughing. But his whole bit that was really getting the big laughs was about how he beats his wife.
Oh my God.
And he was unapologetic. And that's what made it so funny.
I don't beat anybody. So.
He was going unbelievable, and people were really cracking up. But anyway, we'll get into all that in the comedy and where the line is drawn in comedy now and where it should be drawn. We'll talk about that maybe on this show if Julio will allow us to get into that. But in the meantime, what's on your minds? Because let's go with that, Julio, for the moment. What's on the ladies' minds tonight? Miranda?
The ladies, me, well, the contest I was in, that's on my mind.
Yeah, they're good. Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
Other than that, I am curious. So Julio, your stuff is on YouTube?
No.
Oh, so where can we see it if we want to see it?
Yeah, you got to see me live if you want to.
You see it live or you just miss it?
Yeah, no, you see me live and that's it, because I'm not really good in front of cameras. So I'm not really
pay to go see him.
I'm like, okay, yeah.
It's like I was asked, do you want to act? I'm like, not really. I'm not really good at written stuff. You know how they give you I'm not good at that. Alan says I am, but I'm really not.
Yeah, he was. I did some small films and whatnot, and produced them and wrote them and whatever. And he was really one of the best actors on the set. I was on the set, so of course he wasn't the best, but he was one of the best.
He was the director.
I was a director, but I also acted a little bit in the picture. I thought I was good.
But that was fun. That was fun because he wrote it for me. It's not like I'm like sit there. I think acting is really hard. I think I think people that act and can really fill a character, I find that amazing. That's an amazing thing. Like, and I sit there. That's why I like entertainment when you actually can buy that character. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't think
that's so funny because I was saying earlier that I thought that stand-up comedy was hard. Like it's hard, it's like nerve-wracking to make people laugh like on the spot, but I do acting. So it's like funny that you said that you think acting is hard to like get into a character and like, do all of that. So it's like a different, it's like, opposite like mindset kind of. That's really funny.
Well, I hate reading. So like,
yeah.
You have to give you a script. I don't want to read that. I hate reading.
Remember now you're getting the point. He doesn't write. He doesn't write, and he hates reading.
It's making total sense now.
It makes sense. It totally makes sense.
I never liked reading. I never, my whole life. I mean, I could read, but I'm not it's like, what am I reading? It's history. Is it true? And when I got into like figuring out, so bullshit. It all depends who writes it. I can write any history. So
Oh, so you don't believe the history of the world? I guess.
No, I don't. I don't.
Name something you don't believe in history.
I don't believe that. Okay, I don't believe that Alexander the Great was great. you know, they say Alexander the Great, you know, he had this, this great, you know, conquering stuff, but the Roman Empire seemed a lot bigger and a lot better, you know, more organized. I think American history started off on a lie immediately. You know, they walk in here like, no, we left England, we came here. That's all bullshit.
No, they didn't leave England.
They threw you out of England. Get out. You know. Like
well, yeah, something like that, but it wasn't just England. Come on, don't put it on the English now.
The freedom,
don't put it on the English.
No, but the freedom of whatever they wanted. You know, they came here, and I don't believe they came here and killed all the Indians. I don't believe that. You know, I don't get it. I think the Indians, well, the natives, I can't even call them Indians because, you know, it was a mistake. They thought they were in India. That's why they call them Indians, right? So
yeah,
it's the natives that were here really didn't have anything. They've been here 5,000 years. You land over here, there's no roads, no condominiums, there's no malls,
no internet.
5,000 years, and this is all you got? Little teepees running around? Come on, really?
Smoke signals.
No,
they didn't even have horses. The horses were brought from Europe, actually.
Yeah, you
that's true.
Bows and arrows running around, and all the poor indigenous, is that what they call indigenous people?
Mm-hmm.
Indigenous, yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, you were here, you're not you're still here. Oh, they eliminated, killed. Well, look, you know, things happen. You know, things happen. It happens. What do you want to do? So what is it you want them to do? I don't get it, because everybody's here, right? I bet there's nobody on this panel that has Indian friends. I mean, native friends. I don't.
I may be part Indian, so I object to what you're saying.
Indian, you know, but I don't have any friends.
People that pretend that they're like Native American or part Native American.
Oh, you mean Elizabeth Warren?
I knew.
Yeah,
I knew this black guy. He told me, "Nah, man, I'm full blood." I think he said Apache or something like that.
Yeah, Apache.
And I said, "You full blood black, man. Stop with the crap. Why do you want me so You full blood black. Like you got an afro, kinky ass hair. Come on, really? Kinky ass hair.
Oh my God.
Going on. You do the boogie down, and all of a sudden you want to be Indian. You ain't no damn Indian.
Well, did you ever go to Foxwood and see the tribe that owns Foxwood? And they have pictures of the tribe. There's not one visibly looking American Indian on those pictures. There's white people and there's some black people, but there are no.
I don't see
to my eye, Puerto Ricans look more like Indian. Julio, you look like an Indian. I'm serious. Take off your hat for a second. Show the audience. Am I right, people? Doesn't he look like he should be holding a bow and arrow? Come on now.
Oh my God,
I wouldn't give him a bow and arrow. No, I wouldn't give him anything.
No, I don't trust that at all.
It's like, look, you know, we come from the Taino thing, whatever, and my mother was like, with Tainos. I said, Ma, we're not Tainos. We just Puerto Ricans. You know, we're mixed with everything. You know, like a little Spanish, a little black, a little this. So you know, because the people say, "Oh, but you're black." I said, "No, I'm not black. I'm not a black guy. I'm not a black person." Right? They go, "I have black blood in me, but I'm not black." Because, you know, I think people confuse culture with a color. You know what I mean? There's no color in Puerto Rican. True. You know what I mean? It's just a culture. It's like you have a different culture. That's what we have. Look, a Mexican and a Puerto Rican are two different cultures, right or wrong.
Wait, let me think about it. Wait, no. I'm not going to answer.
Cultures,
I think that's a trick question. The question was if the Mexican and a Puerto Rican are not the same?
No, they're not.
No.
They're not?
No, ese vato, ¿qué pasó?
Yeah,
if you go to a Mexican and tell them you're Puerto Rican, they get pissed. If you go to Puerto Rican and tell them they're Mexican, they get pissed.
Well, the Mexicans are like the COVID. When you and I were growing up, Puerto Ricans were the thing. It's like, yeah, Puerto Rican guy broke into my house, broke into my car. But then the Mexicans came and they kind of overtook the Puerto Ricans.
It wasn't Mexican. It was Cubans. We had Cubans.
No, the Cubans are cool because they're white.
Yeah, the Cubans, Dominican, and then you have Puerto Rican, and then we had these the new group people. They came from South America, Venezuela, Colombia, Nicaragua, Mexico, and then now you got all kinds of Spanish people. So when you look at Spanish people, people think that, oh, we all get along. No, we don't. We don't get along. They're like, they always, every culture and every race thinks they're better than Puerto Ricans. I don't care where you come from. You well, you know, you Puerto
I
Rican.
don't know if I agree with that. I feel
That's
like
true.
I get
I
along
mean, I don't
with
think I'm better
everybody
than them, but
differently.
I know I'm
Ish.
better than them.
Hey, look. I know. Look. The Hispanic
are, but-
race, the Hispanic race in America is like a triangle, right?
Yeah.
The very top of that triangle is Puerto Ricans. Everybody else falls in line.
Oh my, whoa.
No,
People, wait a
no.
minute. Well, we can't
You like
let that
huh?
one go.
I like
No,
that.
no.
No,
I
no,
don't think so.
no. I never heard of that hierarchy. Come
No,
on
it's true.
now.
A hierarchy, and I'm going to tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because they're the only Hispanic group
That are American
natural-born
citizens. Yeah, I knew you were gonna
Everybody
say that.
else,
yeah.
everybody else
Oh.
got to come in. So everybody that I know that's Hispanic, you're Puerto Rican.
Because the Puerto Ricans didn't fight back,
I tell them they
right?
get mad at me.
The Puerto Ricans allowed themselves to be colonialized, if you will, and you're proud of that. We're the best because we
I was
kissed the
born
white
in New
man's
York.
ass.
I don't know. That's not my
We're
problem.
cool. Yeah. We did whatever the white man said.
Hubby, I was born in New York. I don't know about all that. I was born here. I'm from New York.
But
I'm
that's
a
your
New Yorker.
problem.
I don't
Yeah,
know
he
about all
wouldn't let
that.
that shit happen if he was there, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna be blunt and don't get mad. All right.
Who are you talking to?
Don't
Who's going to get mad by
You people don't
what
get
you're
mad,
about to say?
right?
Who would you possibly not insult on this panel?
Usually when you say don't get mad, it's not
No,
going to
don't
turn
get
out
mad.
good.
I'm already mad. What are you gonna say?
Wait.
It's not going to.
Oh, I passed mad a long time ago during the first show, but anyway.
Like your family's from where?
Who?
Italy?
Me?
Italian? Yeah.
Oh, who? I'm Italian and Albanian. And I also have family
You know,
in,
like I got Albanian
in
friends.
South
right?
America.
I got Albania. Where you from, Albania? They go, yeah, fuck Albania. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, man, fuck Albania. Fuck Italy too. I said, I ain't from Italy. I'm from here. How about Puerto Rico? Fuck Puerto Rico too. I'm not from Puerto Rico. I'm from New York. I am here.
Yeah.
I am not
All right.
over there.
Okay. All right. Let's stop there for a second because Jamie is either going to pass out from just holding it all in, listening to all
Yeah,
this.
Jamie. Give it to me,
Jamie, what's
Jamie is representing for no other reason than that she appears to be black, and I'm not telling you how you identify. Jamie, what is your response to Julio that Puerto Ricans are at the top of this hierarchy of Hispanics in the country?
I've never considered a hierarchy, honestly. I've never made my own list of who I think is the best, so I can't really comment on that, although I believe it's probably not true.
Have you ever dated a Hispanic man or guy?
No.
Okay, that's why. That's why.
That's
you got nothing
already. You're racist.
Yeah. You don't like
That's your
Hispanics.
problem.
Yeah. I have to agree with Julio here.
I hate
That
them.
was the wrong answer. Even if you didn't have it for purposes of the show, you should. Yeah, I did. You know.
Yeah, just say you
Yeah,
did.
just take it back. Lie.
If you
It's
do-
like-
Fiance is listening, you're gonna get me in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Beyonce?
Yeah. She's being watched. I closed the bedroom door here,
Hey,
so my
Beyonce, she's
girlfriend
Puerto Rican,
can't hear
right?
me.
Beyonce, she's Puerto Rican, right? Beyonce.
Beyonce's Puerto Rican?
No,
Beyonce.
fiance.
Oh, you're Fiance. He's
Oh.
Puerto Rican, right? No.
I was about
No,
to say
he's like half
Beyonce.
Chinese or something. She was
He's
telling
half
me.
Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Is
Oh,
he
He's
half
half
Chinese?
Vietnamese.
Oh, that's even worse. I'll forget
what?
that. There's a
Vietnamese?
hierarchy in Asians. Vietnamese
He's
rock
Vietnamese?
That's
bottom.
cool.
People
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I've been there, man. Vietnam is a nice country, man. I like
Yeah,
Vietnam.
he killed a lot of Vietnamese when he was over there and during the
I don't know
war.
if I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I
Well, you
hope
were
not.
aiming at him.
No, I was really ducking and
And running. Yeah, ducking and.
Dang, you ain't see my hair.
If you want to know why America lost the Vietnam War, just listen to Julio about the war, and you'll
Oh,
figure it
my
out.
God.
I asked your boyfriend, does he know how to make pho?
What?
Ah,
Austin,
Oh, pho. I think
can
you
you
said
make
something else.
pho? Can you make pho?
Hell no.
You know, now he's
You don't want to
He
hear
said
shit
no.
from you.
pho is good.
He's Puerto Rican now. That's it. He's in.
You know what's going to happen after the show? JT, the boyfriend is going to go. The fiance, excuse me, I lowered him in status there. There's a hierarchy.
There is.
Yeah, the fiance is going to go. You know that show?
Oh,
Nah,
no.
you're not going back on there, JT. And JT is not the JT you see now. She's going to be like, okay, honey. Yeah, whatever you say, honey. Yeah. She's not your typical black girl. You heard that already because she grew up with white people, so you know how she's going to be. Am I right?
I went to school with him, so he knows. He's all white.
So, do you know, like Hispanics, most Hispanics, at least on the East Coast. I don't know how they do it in Chicago, but they hate Puerto Rican. They hate Puerto Rican because, you know, like, oh, you have everything. Well, that's the way it works. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, you get colonialized. You do what the white man say when he tell you to do it.
I think
And this
it's
is
like-
this is the result.
Exactly.
I think that's like a generational thing. I feel like the older generation kind of like hated each other, like the Hispanics hated each other. But
Yeah.
I think now we're all so mixed that if
Mhm.
you see another Hispanic person, like you kind of are like, hey, you're like me. Like the girl I do my podcast with, Kyra, she's Puerto Rican. I'm Mexican. We're really great friends. I have
Really?
friends that are from Venezuela, Ecuador,
don't trust her.
Guatemala,
Don't trust her. I'm
El
warning you.
Salvador. I trust her. I
Nah,
trust
just
her.
listen.
She's earned my trust.
Look, listen to what I'm saying. And like, you're right. It happened a long time ago, but underneath all that, they still feel the same.
Underneath all that, we all still hate Cubans.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
white. They're white. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Leave them alone.
Hey, don't talk about my Cuban.
I've seen a
people.
lot of Cuban women, and
Look,
I don't want
Oh,
to hear
yeah,
any
they're
put downs
cute.
of. Yeah, I don't want to hear any put downs of Cubans. Really, I don't.
No Cuban slander.
No, that's where I get
They're-
sensitive.
They're
That's
Trump voters. I don't trust them.
where.
there's hardly any Cubans in Chicago.
No, yeah, no.
Not many. The Cubans are basically down south in Miami, or they're in New York, or Jersey,
Yeah.
West New York, and
New York is the only place I've ever met Cubans.
But what it is that they have a thing in sense of educating, in sense of speaking Spanish. Everybody wants to claim that their Spanish is the best Spanish, and which makes me laugh because I'm like, well, no, I think Spanish depends on the education that you had, right? So people speak slang. Doesn't mean all Puerto Ricans speak slang, you know what I mean? But the educated Puerto Ricans don't speak slang. So it's like, because they're
Oh, we
educated.
lost Miranda.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, she got insulted with this whole Hispanic thing.
she's not Hispanic.
Yeah, she's very
Yeah,
She
Julio.
did say she had family in South America.
Yeah, and Julio ran her over
Yeah.
on it. He ran
There
her
she
over
is.
on it.
She's back.
She's back.
She's
I
back.
think that
thought you got sick of
Venezuelans
her.
have the best Spanish because they speak it in an Italian accent.
Oh, where from
I picked you
Argentina?
off, sorry.
No, Venezuelans.
Well, like
They talk like they're singing it like this, but it's like Spanish.
like Dominicans. Oye, mira esa vaina, mira lo que hay, tú sabes, ven acá, compadre, tú sabes, esa cosa está bien. And then Mexicans, oh, ese vato, ¿qué pasó ese? Está por ponerte conmigo. Vamos afuera, que
Yeah.
somos ese baboso culero ese. Right? Then
Yeah.
of course you got the cubano. Oh, ya tú sabes que yo soy cubano allá afuera. Que toda la gente está ahí.
Why do you have to attack Cubans? I don't get it. I really don't get this.
It's just an accent.
I don't have a Cuban on this show. There's no one to stand up for them except me. These ladies even
I
are
could
quiet.
talk about
No,
Cubans,
you're
believe me.
putting them down.
I'm putting them down. I mean,
No,
Castro was the best thing that ever happened to them. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Tell them in a minute. And I lived in Florida. Believe me, I ran a lot of Cubans. And look, man, let me tell you the truth.
I
You
went to
love
the
Cuba
topless
so
bars
much?
in Miami, and let me tell you,
Go
the Cubans
back.
were the best women in the topless bar. So cut it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, you're right.
Wow.
I said no more. I'm not talking about. Sorry, Cubans.
You just insulted the Cubans the most.
Sorry, Cubans. Sorry.
It's
Cubanos,
comedy.
Juanito.
That's
Sorry,
comedy.
they work at topless bars. My God.
Well, the Brazilians,
Yeah.
Brazilians too. They're pretty good.
Brazilians pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, they are good, and they're all different backgrounds: German,
Yeah,
Italian.
they're good. German,
A lot of them, you
Yeah.
know.
Russians.
I had
Yeah, man.
family in Brazil.
Yeah. Oh, Brazilians. Yeah, they're wonderful.
But the language, I met a Brazilian
It's
woman,
almost Spanish. It's
and she
almost
didn't
Spanish.
speak English, but she spoke
Portuguese.
Spanish and Portuguese, which is
Portuguese,
the
yeah.
version of Portuguese is Brazilian. And because I took really basic Spanish, I was able to communicate enough with her to get laid. So anyway, that's another story. We don't need to talk. We don't need to go into that right now, do we, Ilsa? We don't.
Oh
we don't
my
need to hear about that.
God.
We don't need to hear about that.
Jamie, I have a question for you. Okay, Jamie.
Okay.
Before you say
ready?
yes,
You ready for
Jamie,
this?
before you say it's okay, you might want to think about it a second.
No, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just gonna say it. All right. When Africans talk about American blacks, what do you think about that?
And I can only add,
Like-
yeah. What do you think about that?
Like,
What
do
you
I
think?
agree with what they say?
Ooh, yes.
What do they say?
Yeah, what are they saying?
Oh, they say.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too. What are
Oh,
they
yeah,
saying?
they be
Yeah.
saying. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they be saying.
What are they
that.
saying?
Yeah, I work with a lot of Africans from Nigeria and Ghana, and like they always, oh no, because Black Americans, they're very, very, very lazy. I say, really?
They probably
what's
think
wrong with
we
that?
have no culture and that we're whitewashed. Honestly, they
Well,
probably
that's,
think that.
I mean, come on, what's wrong with that? They're the real deal.
American, and I'm like, why would you say that, dude? They're like, oh,
The same way I take the hit,
we work very hard.
I take the hit that I'm called a banana, yellow on the outside, white on the inside. I mean, come on now. We all take the hit.
Oh,
We all take the hit.
They just spend their money different, like they ain't buying no house. They're gonna go party. They're gonna do some drugs. They're gonna do what Puerto Ricans did. We go to work, we spend our money and do our thing.
Have babies. Have a lot of babies.
Babies by accident. It's not like it's planned. We don't have a Planned Parenthood.
Thank God we got a white guy coming on. Thank
There is
God.
Planned Parenthood. I never heard of that before. Oh, we have planned.
Thank God for the white gun.
The white guy's coming on, but Ilsa, we lost Ilsa. I don't know. I hope she comes back. Cause
Oh, you lost me?
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't see
Ilsa's
her.
right here. I see her.
Where? She's on here?
I got her.
Oh,
right
maybe I
here.
have to change my view. I have to change my view. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I see her.
Because I want to see her for
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that I'm going to
Jamie,
imagine
where
later.
are you? What's
Okay.
going on, Jamie?
No, I don't. Oh, there. Oh, okay. Ilsa, I see it. Matt Hochstrass is coming on as soon as he gets his camera on. Matt, put your camera on.
Yeah. Put the camera on, Matt. It's all good, man.
Good friend of mine. We do business together. He's a white guy. He's a friend of also of Miranda's.
I really think similar people like talking about each other. Okay, I know Vietnamese people, right? And that live in Bridgeport, and they cannot stand Chinese people. And I'm like, why? Like, no, and I don't like people calling me Chino. I don't want to be called Chino.
Had to mute Matt's mic until he gets his picture together.
Yeah, it's super loud.
Yeah, it was a lot of
They don't wanna
interference
be
or
called-
something.
They want to be called Chino because
Matt.
Uh-oh.
it's all the same. It's all no, they're not. They're different cultures. I mean,
They are,
Vietnamese is
yeah.
not Chinese. Chinese is not Japanese. It's the same thing. Oh, it's like Puerto Ricans are not Mexicans. Mexicans are not Dominicans. Like Cubans are not. Because it's
There we go with the Cuban again.
not Cubans, but Africans are not Americans. They're not from the Africans.
No, well, that's not something bad though. You're just saying that everybody has different cultures, and that's
Look,
true.
man, the
So,
worst
Yeah.
racism that you're gonna encounter is with your own people.
yeah, it
The
happens a
worst.
lot.
What do you
They're the
mean?
worst. They're
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
Your own people.
What do you mean by that?
In other words, in my family, like we have, all kind, dark, light, and there's always, if you're dark, oh no, but el negro, like, who cares? Like, he's my cousin. I don't care. Like, but
Yeah.
they make it a big deal because it's a hair thing. It's a hair. Let me tell you something. I mean, I don't know if you ever seen the show called Hair. You ever seen that show called Hair?
No.
With Chris Rock, you gotta see Hair.
No.
It's about Black people with hair, like how they straighten out and they burn it and the whole bit, right? Spanish people too. They go through all that. They're worse. Spanish people are all no, but like your hair is like you have long hair. She has nice blonde hair over there, right? But
Cool.
there's people that have nappy hair, like that.
Oh, you mean Ilsa has? Is that your natural hair color?
That's
Ilsa?
not that's not
No.
natural hair color, but that's she has nice hair. Like.
But that's not her natural hair.
No.
She
that's
just
not.
said it. She just said that's not her natural hair.
Yeah, your hair is straight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
right?
it's not naturally straight. No.
No, but it has a little curls, soft. It's a soft hair, right? Nice and soft, right?
Yeah.
It's not like
Really?
me. I ain't got no hair. There's nothing to talk about. I can never say I had a bad hair day.
But
I
but
just
you
don't.
shaved off your hair.
Yeah, but I had curly hair.
You said you had nappy hair. That's what you
Yeah,
told me.
nappy curly hair. My hair was nappy. I had nappy ass hair. Bad hair.
Yeah.
I had
Really?
bad hair. I mean, for me it was bad.
JT is like, really?
Because I couldn't do nothing with it. I couldn't do anything with the hair. You know what I mean? At that time, people had to blow their hair out and make it look real nice. The DAs. I couldn't do that with my hair because it was too curly. I couldn't blow it back. I couldn't do that. It was too curly. And,
Let's
What
get
is
on-
going
let's
on
get-
with Matthew?
Let's get on to the topic of
What is happening?
well, we're kind of on the topic already, which is, the mixture of races and so forth, because I told JT, she and I have something in common when it comes to reparations. because probably JT's great grandfather was probably a slave, right? We can guess that if and it wasn't your great grandfather, whoever came over on the boat. Let's put it that way in your lineage.
Yeah.
And I'm part black. I mean, I have cousins that are darker than JT, and let me put it this way: if there's going to be reparations, because your great even great grandfather was black, and mine was, I better get in on some reparations.
I want some too.
I'm still
Why do
waiting
you?
on
No,
mine.
Whoa! Why do you get reparations? I don't get it.
There's
I
black
can
people in
trace
my
it.
family too.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Betung. I'm talking about dark, like you'll see, like like wow, that guy's black. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's cool. Like
One thing, Julio, I do want to ask you about something I've heard. I've heard that Dominicans get called black and they don't like it.
No,
is that something that goes on?
That you get killed.
Oh.
I've heard that. Yeah.
They will kill you.
Who will kill you?
A black Dominican, you call him black, he'd be upset, highly upset.
What?
Oye, mira, no me llame negro, yo soy negro, coño.
I've heard that they don't like being called black. They look black, but they're not
No, they
black.
look black. If they don't talk, you have no idea that they're Dominican. Like and guess what? And a lot of them have like last names, like American last names, like Grant, and Taylor, and Murphy. Wait a minute. Who is? What noise is that?
That
Is
is Matt
Matthew
Jade.
okay?
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
remove
it's so
him,
distracting. It's so
and he's gonna
distracting.
have to. Yeah, he's gonna have to do something. Do you want to report him? It says here, and I'm gonna say
report.
yes. Submit.
Yes.
I'm gonna report him because he was interfering with our.
It was
He's a
distracting.
friend
Yeah,
and
it was very
everything, but fuck him, because he's fucking up our show, man.
Yeah.
I kept listening to him and I was like listening
but
over here. Oh my
I
God.
just reported him. I don't know who I'm reporting. The king of Zoom. I just reported him to. So the Zoom police. I don't know what's going to happen to him.
It
But
wasn't just Dominicans.
God.
It was the black Spanish people don't like being called black. Like it's just like I said, it's not a color thing. It's a culture thing. It has nothing to do with color, but because you look black, no, because when they associate that with the culture of Black American, and like, no, that's not me.
what's wrong with Black Americans? I don't get I don't get why they think that's a negative.
I've never understood that either. What's the negative?
Yeah, what's the negative about it?
Well, I mean, okay, what's the negative of calling a Dominican Puerto Rican? They get mad at that too.
Wait,
They get mad at that
ask
too.
me that again. I'm sorry, I buzzed out there for a second. What's the negative of calling a Dominican Puerto Rican?
No, yeah. If you call a Dominican Puerto Rican, they get pissed. And you call a Puerto Rican a Mexican, they get pissed. They'll be pissed off. I'm like,
I guess people just don't like other people like assuming like they know what they are when they're not like that.
Yeah.
You're
I
half
can see that. I
Albanian,
keep
right?
getting
You're
annoyed.
Albanian, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You have Albanians in Albania. You have Albanian.
You sure do.
Like if you call an Albanian, if you say they're like Serbian or something,
Serbian,
they'll like literally
Then they
kill
get
you.
off.
Like,
They go off. They go off.
It's
Yeah.
yeah. They're like no, I'm not. Like
it's the same
totally
thing. That's what
different
I'm
thing.
talking about. Because there's Albanians in Montenegro, right? So you go to Montenegro, you're Albanian. No, I'm from Montenegro, but you're Albanian, right? Like no.
Yeah, some of my family's from Montenegro too.
Yeah, so you have
like,
Italians from Sicily. They're all Italians, but you can't call a Sicilian Italian and Italian Sicilian.
Yeah, that I never understood. Like, I mean, yeah, that's a little more like specific because they are in Italy. Like, I'm not Sicilian, so I guess I don't understand it because like they are in Italy, but like they think of themselves as like a totally different like
different. It's not Sicily and Italy is one country. It's not two countries. Now, the reason why the reason why the Italians don't want to be called Sicilian is because Sicily was invaded by the Moors, which is North Africa.
Mm-hmm.
They came over with the elephant, did their thing, whatever happened. Then now you got dark Italians. Oh no, but but he's dark. But if you ever been to Italy, the more north you go, the whiter people are. They're just white, like real white.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of still like my uncle, we're from Naples, and my uncle literally gets mistaken for Black or Hispanic or like Middle Eastern all the time. He's super dark, but he's not He's literally from the same place as my mom, but my mom is like white as me, but my uncle is like really dark.
Well,
so it like depends. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Well,
or
what
like Ukrainians and Russians don't like to be mixed up either.
You know what? I've met a lot of people from so-called USSR back in the day, and some of them are just Asian, and yet
Yeah, they look Asian. Some of them, yeah.
they're in the topless bars, of course. And I go for the laugh there. I go for the laugh. What was that? Like a dog or something? Did you hear that?
It's my dog. I'm sorry. I don't know why he does that.
The dog.
He didn't like what I said about. He didn't like what I said about either, you know, the white, the Asian looking Russians or either that, or he got pissed off because I go to topless bars and he can't. I think that's
Yeah.
I think that was it too.
I think that's, yeah.
My dog, if I don't pay attention, he's like, he puts his head in there, like, what you doing? And,
well, you know what? I'm interested now in hearing from Ilsa, who said she's Mexican. Are you mixed with anything else, Ilsa?
Yeah, I am Polish, I
Polish,
guess. My dad's mother is Polish, like came from Poland.
And did you know that Genghis Khan and the Mongolians, they actually went as far as Poland, and that there are, I saw this on Discovery, so it must be true. There are actually statues of Mongolians from the Genghis Khan family in Poland, believe it or not. Not a lot because Hitler, you know, kind of bombed out a bit of Poland, but there are some. So what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that we're all mixed up. And and coming from a mixed race family, I have a hard time equating race to being a problem, whereas other people really have that problem.
Yeah, like COVID.
Okay, now we're going to go up on COVID. Here we go. Here we go.
No, it's not like that.
Now, Jamie, JT, do you think that your family was mixed with white people because of the history or the legacy of slavery, whatever you want to call it? Are you aware of anything like that?
Not aware. There's definitely a suspicion. My grandmother didn't know her parents. They actually told each other to like take her out back and kill her because they didn't want her. So she never got to meet them. But she has bright blue eyes. Yeah, it was a whole thing. When my grandma was born, her dad told her mom to take her out back and just like chop her head off. Like they didn't want her. And so she never really got to grow up and see what her parents looked like. Yeah, she has blue eyes. A lot of my family just has blue eyes. I wasn't lucky enough to get that trait, but a lot of them are super light, blue eyes.
You look beautiful like that. Don't worry about it. You don't
Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. We learned that in the 60s. And say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Remember that, James Brown?
Yeah. At the topless bar, right?
No, there aren't that many. At least the bars that I go to, there aren't that many black women there. And when they are there, they're cleaning up. Let me tell you, I'm not telling you, JT, anything, because I know your fiance is listening, but if you ever want to make some quick bucks,
that's money.
Go into the top shelf topless bars in New York and you walk in and go, I want a job. And they're like, yeah, you got it.
No problem.
You got it.
Dance. Like,
you got it.
You know
if this doesn't work out for me, I'll head over there.
Oh, this isn't going to work out. You heard Julio say we've been at it 30 years. So,
you know how it is. But, you know, like race is a problem. Race is a problem, but with their own race. You know what I mean? Because we really, if you go back in your history and look in your, we're probably mixed.
Was there ever a war fought, just for the whole panel, not just Julio, was there ever a war fought just about race? Just, ooh, I hate those dark skins, or I hate those, they have more slanted eyes than us. I really can't think of one.
Isn't that the Civil War?
Yeah, there was a Civil War.
It was
no, that wasn't about race.
That wasn't about race at all.
Abraham Lincoln said, and people don't know this.
Slavery,
No. It wasn't even about slavery. Abraham Lincoln said, if I had a choice between slavery and keeping the Union, I'll go with slavery to keep the Union. He said that. And he also said, this is an exact quote, because we read it on one of our earlier shows, not the one we just did, by the way, those of you that were with me earlier. But he said, I'm not saying the black man is equal to the white man or ever will be. This was Abraham Lincoln talking when he was running for president. So he was kind of kissing the ass of everybody who was kind of like, yeah, well, what do you mean? You know, kind of thing. Yeah, and he kind of went with the flow. That's what people don't understand. He didn't free any slaves. What he did free, who he did free were contraband. People that were enslaved in the states that seceded. And he said, if you're in a state that's seceded and you join us or you run away or whatever the hell you have to do, then you can be free. But everybody else who wasn't in one of those places, and they were still going to be slaves.
Yep.
And it was only because the 13th Amendment after the Civil War was over that Congress voted and so-called freed the slaves. So how do you like that, JT? I'll give you a little history, and that's not Julio talking, that's me talking. And let me tell you, the History Channel and Discovery must be right. Am I right? Yeah. JT?
Fuck it, I trust him. Sounds right to me.
Sounds good to you? Huh?
He's like, I guess. I don't know.
Sounds believable.
So.
It's in this country, every race gets prosecuted. I don't care where you go.
Persecuted.
Irish.
He means
British,
persecuted.
Chinese, the Spanish, the blacks, everybody. Everybody gets hit equally.
You didn't say Jews. You left out Jews, and they're going to be mad.
Jews get all over the world, and not just here, all over, everywhere they went.
Gypsies take a hit.
Everywhere they went, they got a hit. I mean, they got
Gypsies came from India and they migrated to Europe. Yeah, and everywhere they go, oh, I hate gypsies. I had a Romanian wife. I was married to a Romanian once.
Well, I mean,
and she would talk about, believe me, blacks. If you were a gypsy, you'd be more pissed because the way she was talking about gypsy people, oh my God, it was like, oh, he's a gypsy. Oh yeah, he looks gypsy, that kind of thing. And you know what, gypsy. Yeah, I mean, I've met 3 gypsies in my life.
I know a Romanian girl, and she told me a story about a gypsy and how she saw how one came up to her really quick and like told her that like her friend was gonna die or something if she didn't talk to her right away.
Wow.
She believed
and pay her the money, right? Pay the gypsy money.
She paid her the money, and she was like, leave me alone, like never speak to me again. You just ruined my whole day. Gave her the money. Was like, fix me, don't curse me. Here's your money.
Well,
they're scared of them.
It's. I mean, they call in Spanish they call gitanos, right? The gitano, like gypsies, right? So gypsies were like Hungarian, Spanish, Irish. They were like
Romanian,
Indian. They were like like the gypsies. But it's more like they wander. That group was wandering, so they were called gypsies. But I don't think a gypsy is a certain color or a certain. I just think they're just gypsies. It's like it's
but they are weird though. I mean, if you watch the History Channel Discovery, they got some weird shit going on.
Like a person who believes in like a certain. I don't know exactly what they believe in or what they do, but it's not like their skin color or anything. It's like what they're like doing or believing in, or like they're like. I don't know. I don't know too much about them, but like it's like a certain like way of life or something, right? I think, or just like the way that they, I don't know, go about things, or I really don't know.
Well, I mean, they think the same way about you.
Well, that I'm just going about it.
Yeah, they
I never met
a
gypsy like in my life. I have no idea.
Look, I know people that say, "Oh, Albanians, you got to watch them. They're slick. They
oh yeah, I mean, some of them are."
I'm like, man, you're talking about everybody. You ain't talking about just Albanians. You're talking about all kind of people that do that. They're like, what do you think? It's just them?
Like, well, getting back to
people are like that. Yeah.
Getting back to the point. Well, wait a minute now. I want to get back to the reparations thing.
Reparations. I need that money. I need that money, man.
I need that money.
How much reparations do you think we can get, JT, from the government? Because right now they're giving out money like it's going out of style, and I think we could ask for some good money. I really think that. How much do you think we should get?
I might get a little more than you, considering.
Considering what?
You can't get it. Look at me. I just go in the sun. I'll be just as dark as you.
I am darker than any Asian you ever met.
You got to pass the paper brown bag.
And my eyes are really brown. See?
Look at my eyes.
Oh, come on, Julio.
Hey, Hey, I'm a black guy, right? I want to get that reparation. I don't care. What's going on? They go, you're black. Yeah, I'm a lot of high yellow red bone. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that, my
But
man?
I don't have
Look at-
kinky hair though. That's the problem. I think that JT is kind of alluding to that people be like, oh, come on, get out of here, Chinaman. What's wrong with you, man? Get the
Hair's too
black
silky.
people be pissing me. There'll be that line, to get your check. What the fuck you doing here, Chinaman? That kind of thing. And then I have to whip out my cousin's picture. Well, take a look at this. This is my second cousin. So
You gotta bring out the receipts.
oh hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. I'll be back. I'll be on ancestry.com. If I hear money's coming, I'm on Ancestry. And I'm not only going to find the black people who are my relatives, I'll find the white people that owned us and they'll vouch for me. How do you like that, JT? I'm getting my money. I get my money.
Smart idea, actually.
No,
They'll be
what
coming
I'm
in.
gonna do-
Yeah. My family, we were
I'm gonna
snips
do it
and
the
then
easy way.
we owned his family. We don't own his family.
I'm gonna follow the people that get the reparation, all of yous,
And
then I'm
mug
gonna
him.
rob the shit.
Yeah, I
out
know
of
he's
you.
going to say that.
That way, you got the
How,
reparation.
do I
Billy?
know his act? Ilsa, you're a stand-up. Do I know his act? Did I say his
No,
punchline
okay.
before he said
That
it?
sounds real New York.
Give it
Got
up. You'd be like, oh, but you got that reparation check? Really? Give that up right now.
They already spent it on crack. You get there too late. It's on crack, baby.
Nah, man, I'm on crack, man.
Crack costs money, man. Although it's good and cheaper than coke,
Yeah.
but still it costs money. You know that. You can get a lot more crack than coke with a reparations check, even $100.
Noted.
You can get some crack now. You get some.
Yeah,
rock.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
we need to keep that in mind.
Ilsa's like, yeah. Ilsa's like, yeah. Ilsa, you agree with me? Crack, you can get a lot of more crack with $100 than you can.
You
of
get more
coke.
bang for your buck, that's for sure. Yeah.
I like the way
man.
she put it. I like the way
That's funny. Because,
she's funny. She is.
Yeah, but
I like to
how about
see her stand up.
Funny and pretty.
Mhm. Oh, beautiful.
Funny and pretty.
Funny.
You know.
So, get that reparation check and, just you know where I'm at, Jamie. So, just send me some.
I don't know. I can't let you find me after that.
I know where you at. You're the only black person in San Diego. So there she is right there.
Everybody else is Hispanic, just came across
Give
the
me that
border.
reparation check, girl. Like, oh no, Julio found me. You're the only black person here. You know what I'm saying?
She probably moved to San Diego because you didn't come from San Diego, right? You moved there, right?
Yeah, I'm from the East Coast.
Yeah. So you moved to San Diego because you knew you were going to be, styling as a black person there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the only one.
What can I say?
The only
Where on
one.
the East Coast? Is it Massachusetts?
No,
Or where?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Oh,
Okay.
there's a lot of blacks there. You wouldn't stand out there.
Yeah,
That's-
you had to leave Virginia. We'll never spot you there. We don't know where is she. She's around here. There she is right there. Sorry,
funny.
man. Yeah.
That's
I'm
like
not
my
saying
grandma.
you all look the same now. Come on, man. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
No.
I thought you
No.
My grandmother used to say that about us kids because we were, we're like 3/4 Chinese, and she was supposedly a white woman. We feel that they were a high yellow family, if you know what I mean, JT, and they
High
were
yellow
passing
red bone, yeah.
somewhere back there. They were passing, and whenever you brought it up, it would be like, no, don't talk about that. Everybody's dead. Don't talk about that. But my point is, she would say that I'm going to take you kids to Chinatown and then lose you in the crowd.
Oh my God.
That's terrible.
So, yeah, like,
So you're Chinese and
Everybody.
black? Rich.
Chinese, black, and white.
Oh, China. Okay.
I cover a lot of bases. As a matter of fact,
Cover a
if I think I'm going to get paid, like when they had the casino thing, I was like, yeah, we must be part Indian too, American Indian. Yeah, I want to
Wow.
get in on that casino action. What do you think? But it's not enough. JT, you're right though. Let's be realistic. I'm going to get shut out. They're going to figure out a way not to pay me. I know that because it's always
Yeah,
worked
they
out that way.
That's not fair. If you have the receipts, maybe a little bit, maybe not as much as
No.
everybody.
Well, how
No,
black
he
do you
should
have to
get
be
no
to get
reparations.
reparations?
Look,
I
don't
told
believe-
you the paper bag test.
I don't
Oh,
believe
fuck.
any.
No.
I don't think any black person in this country should get reparations. Not one. Not
Why?
one.
Why?
Because they never been slaves ever. I don't know any black person I know that was a slave. Not one. I don't know any. I do not know one.
Well, you
not
never
one,
paid for a dominant tricks.
Not one. If I can find that one person, So you were, yeah, I was a slave.
Nobody laughed at my joke.
Let me tell you the way
But
it really was. You know what I mean?
Because we're so insulted by Julio right now. It's hard to think.
I'm like listening to him. I can't
That's
even
a
like hear
joke
anything
when
else.
during that.
Look, you want reparation. You're
The
not getting
trauma
it.
is passed
If
down.
I can stop it, you're not getting it. I don't care. Oh, but I'm black.
Yeah,
I don't care.
generational trauma. Mhm.
You
Elsa's
Well,
never
right.
Black,
the
wait a
trauma
minute,
is
wait.
passed down.
We can't let Julio pass on this one. You don't think, and now I'll be serious. I'm probably not going to get it. I'll step out of my character, if you will, my persona, and I'll just ask a flat out question of Julio. Do you think blacks should be entitled to reparations for the legacy of slavery?
No,
Do you believe there's systemic racism in this country? Yes or no?
no, no,
So everybody's okay.
no. I don't care if everybody's okay. There is no systemic racism. There's racism everywhere. People are racist anyway. You know, you're explicit bias. Black people are racist against other black people, just like Spanish people are racist against other Spanish people. Albanians do the same thing. So do Italians, and the Chinese do it even worse. So don't even try to cover it up.
Don't
and
say Cubans, because I'm going to get pissed if you say it
That's
again.
not true. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because you know something. I spoke to a couple of Chinese people and they go, "Oh, but the Koreans, their eyes are so slanted. They got."
Well, that's true. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Like,
whoa,
really?
whoa, whoa.
Come on, man. Come on, really? Come on.
I will say this for Koreans, most of the Korean skin, I'm showing you, I have a light on so you can see my skin is dark. Most Koreans are very, very white. They're whiter than Miranda, right?
Mhm.
But their
but
eyes
you don't
are
know it.
very
Yeah, but
slanted.
you don't know that. You don't know that. 'Cause
I
you
do
never
know
met
it.
Every Korean. You never met every Korean. You
Oh,
can't say
not
that.
everybody.
Not everybody.
A few Koreans.
You can't say that. You can't say. But he's half Korean, so that's why he says that.
I am not half Korean.
Chinese, right?
What show are we on here, Julio? Now you're just saying stuff just to razz people.
His favorite comedian is Michael Cho.
And they're like, who's Michael Cho?
Yeah, who the hell
Michael
is
Cho?
Michael
He's
I know
It's
Mike
Korean comedian. He's a Korean. Look,
I know
look.
John Cho.
So-
Yeah,
so-
who the
so-
oh Mike? Oh, okay.
Mike
Dude.
Cho, right? So I call Mike Cho. I say, "Yo, Mike." He goes, "Yeah." I said, I was just talking to Alan Chan. He goes, "Yeah." I said, "He told me he's funnier than you." He goes, "What? Bullshit. I'm way funnier than him." So I call Alan. Michael Cho told me, "You crazy? That guy ain't funny." It becomes his own battle, and I laugh because
You caused it. Because you caused it.
Yeah, I caused it, but it's
Yeah,
doesn't
I had a
matter.
show, and this guy Michael Cho, who you'll never hear from because he's not funny. I'm much funnier than him. And
Oh, he's funny. He has some good stuff.
one or two lines. He's
He's not brilliant like you are, but he's funny.
Yeah, and Julio put him on my show. So I'm having the show, and he goes, "Okay, put Michael Cho on." And I'm like, "Why am I putting him on? He's not funny." And we have because of Julio, we have this kind of feud now, which is idiotic because he doesn't even do stand up. I'm barely in it. But when I produce a show, and I had to put him on, and he didn't get any laughs. He got no laughs. He got no laughs.
I tell you how I rib people real bad. It's like they were doing a show for Hispanic comedians at the Comic Strip Live. So of course, you know, they call me. I'm like, okay. So I show up and I see all these Hispanics there. So I go in the green room and they're all there. Hey, what's up? Hey, Herbie, what's up? Yo, hey, Julio, what's going on? I say, you know, I'm the funniest guy here, right? I don't know why you guys are going on. Oh, forget about it. It was like, oh, you think you funny to me? I said, I just told you that. I'm way funnier than you. But what joke are you going to open with? That same thing you said last week? That same thing I can repeat it for you. You want me to repeat it for you? Oh, you're such an asshole. I said, yeah, I know, you're right. And then they got together and they says, okay, you know how orders go, right? They go, well, you know, the first comedian is the one that you go out. That's the worst one, right? So
no, the check spot is the worst. In real comedy world, the check spot is a very bad spot.
Well,
because
the first guy, you're going to open it up.
It's a cold open if the MC doesn't warm up the audience.
Yeah, well, the MC was lousy. He wasn't even an MC. He was just a guy. So they said, okay, look, you were going to go on fifth, but now you're going to go on first. I'm like, why, man? Nah, man, because, we just need you starting.
We took a vote. Yeah, we took a Hispanic vote.
I said, all right, no problem. So I open up. I'm like, hey, what's going on? My name is Julio, blah, blah, blah. I do the whole thing. And I said, oh, by the way, 40 people just saying, everybody behind me, they all suck. So don't even stay. Don't stay because they're really bad. I mean, you're gonna have a bad night tonight. And I got off stage, so like 20 people left the show. So ever since that day, I've been like, blackballed by them. Like, oh, fucking Julio.
Isn't that funny, guys? Isn't that really hilarious? That he
funny.
No, it's just
sounds
mean.
like
Why would you
Julio.
do that? Who does that to people?
Yeah, why'd you
Get
do
over
that?
yourself.
They left. I would have been like, this guy's nuts. I'm saying.
Something. It's so what? It's like they make it seem like, oh, I'm so good. No, you're not. Your HBO in here taking you. You ain't making no millions of dollars. Nobody's banging your door down to grab you. No, you're not. Listen to me. If you ain't got connections, if you ain't got somebody that's gonna groom you and put you there, you're not going. It's real simple. It's like, look, if you're in comedy for 5 years and you didn't make it, you're not making it. That's it. It's real simple.
Ilsa, how many years is it for you, Ilsa?
30
Like
years.
nothing.
Probably like
31
5.
years.
It's about 5 years for Ilsa.
look,
So you're
look.
saying she's at the end of the line? Is that what you're saying?
Over.
Zero.
It's over.
Nothing. It's like, look, Julio. You get some people like, oh yeah, they flew me. I did a show in Florida. They flew me to Florida. Did a show there.
You did the same thing for me.
I know, but that day I don't know what happened there. But
We did a show in Florida that we never did a show. He flew me there.
No, I didn't fly you there. The guy flew us there. The owner flew us there. I didn't fly
We
anybody.
went, where was we in Tampa, right?
We went to Tampa, and then when we got there, the club was closed, and the guy was nowhere to be found. I think they killed that guy. I swear to God, because he was kind of like
Can you imagine this? I went all the way to Tampa for a show, and there was no show because the club was closed.
The club was closed.
And they paid for our hotel. He
Hotel,
paid for my.
flights.
Well, Julio didn't pay, but the club paid for my hotel and.
Yeah, it was wild. I was like, wow, okay, what the hell? We got a free trip at least, but it's when you're around the road and you do stuff like that, you get all kind of shit. But I like road comedians because they really think that they're the shit. I'm like, dude, there's a million comedians. You're not the shit. And then they get mad at that. Well, you ain't all that. I'm like, really? Come on. It's like, how funny are you? You're so funny that HBO is going to grab you and give you a special? No, they ain't going to do that.
But what I did notice about successful people or people that were on the way, because I did work out like Julio did with a number of people that you really would know their names, like the Wayans brothers and Dave Attell and Colin Quinn and so forth. Yeah. That the really successful people are not like, well, they're not like Julio and they're not like me. No. We're more like people, but they're more like they're running their acts in their head before they go on. They're very quiet.
Well, Dave Chappelle wasn't like that.
I never met Dave Chappelle, but the really good guys, they're more like they're afraid you're going to take something of theirs or you're going to steal some of that persona or that charisma, whatever, or you're going to learn how to do that.
I used to love in the back when they used to go, yo, man, he took my joke. I'm like, this is stand-up. There is no yo jokes. Whatever they say, if they deliver it better than you, then guess what? It's their joke. Whoever says it first is the joke. It's not like stand-up is the only, you can't patent it. You do stand-up, that's it. Somebody steal your stuff and do it better than you. Guess what? Guess who's getting credit for that? They are, not you. I mean, that's just the way it works. I know, like you said, oh, I wrote this. Probably 1,000 people wrote it before you. They just did performance, but that's the way stand-up is. It's like,
all right, let's get on to another topic because everybody's about to fall asleep.
Sex. Let's talk about sex.
Yeah, let's talk about sex. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, this is good.
And we'll start with Miranda. Miranda, how's your sex life in this COVID situation?
I think it's going okay.
She's busy. Wow, that's good.
No, I'm with somebody, so.
Oh yeah, you're hooked up.
I had a quarantine buddy, so it's going okay.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah, that part was a good part, I guess you could say. Yeah, I didn't have to be by myself this whole time.
What about you, JT?
Yeah.
What about you, JT?
It's as good as can be.
But you have a fiance. Yeah, you have a fiance living with you, right?
Yeah, so mine's consistent.
Nice.
Oh, excuse me, consistent, huh? Mm-hmm.
Well, Ilsa, I know on her tape she sent She said that she just got out of a long-term relationship. And so are you even feeling like dating or whatever, meeting guys or girls or whatever you do? I mean, I don't want to get, people on the internet.
I know I give off big lesbian vibes, but I'm straight. I I like guys.
It's the nose ring. It's the nose ring. But anyway, go ahead.
It's the nose ring. It's the glasses. It's it's the vibe. If you saw what I was wearing right now, you'd be like, wow, yeah.
She must be a lesbian. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm not in any rush, but I'm definitely, now that it's like COVID's over, definitely like time to like date, meet new people. Why not? I want to get married and have kids one day. So that's definitely like.
You got to get a rich guy. That's what I've learned from all the women that have left me because I'm not rich.
That's how I feel. Most men are trash, but like rich guys, at least they have money.
Oh yeah, and if you can get it, you know what I mean?
If you're gonna get hurt, at least get some money out of it.
At least get money.
You know how many women I've met who said, I made a big mistake and I was in love with him. And then of course, he cheated on me. Like that was a surprise. Every man, if he gets the chance, he's going to cheat, except Julio, of course. Saint Julio, I used to call him on the other show, because he'll tell you, Julio, you don't cheat, you don't do anything. Am I right, Julio?
Nope. I don't
See?
mess around.
Good for you,
I'm one
Julio.
woman, that's it.
Good.
I don't mess around. I don't.
Nice.
First of all,
That's true.
that's too much trouble. I'm not that slick. And I don't want to get caught. So I ain't doing it. It's like a crime. I ain't doing crime. Ladies, I ain't doing no crime because I don't want to get caught.
But you can cheat and you can buy your way out, because I've done it many times with my girlfriend.
Look at my grandson.
Aww.
Looks just like you.
Little boy over here. Oh, now the other one's getting upset. Come on, boy.
Oh, he's cute.
Come on.
You?
Come on, boy.
He's so cute.
Come on. Come on.
He is
Come on.
cute.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's about, how old is he?
Oh, he
4
loves
months?
you.
Yeah, 4 months.
He's a
Aw.
beagle, right?
Yeah,
That's a
he's
beagle, right?
yeah, he's a
Young.
big
She
beagle.
looks young.
That's a beagle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, my daughter bought it and she goes, oh, look at your grandson. I'm like, yeah, you bought it in my house. When you leave, the dog stays. You know that, right? It's like, you're leaving with the dog. It's my
Love
dog.
him.
It's my dog. Those 2 dogs are mine. Oh, what do you mean? They're my dogs. You could go, but the dogs stay.
I wasn't close to my daughter. I didn't raise her because I left her mother. I cheated, of course, on her. All men cheat. I'm just telling you, ladies, if you're not married,
Unless
think about
it's
it.
me.
Think
I don't
about it. Think about it. But anyway, and especially JT, she's engaged.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
a
no,
little
what-
nervous now.
Get
No,
the
no,
money,
no.
baby. Get the money. But anyway,
What
I think
was
it's
that thing you
cheaters
said
that
before
say that
about
all
the
men
comedian
cheat,
that said that
though.
about girls and their boyfriends? Yeah, tell them.
who? JT?
Yeah, no, girls and their boyfriends. Remember about they think that their boyfriend is better looking than what they really are.
No, yeah. That wasn't my line. I give credit where credit is due. It's an
No, I
Indian
know, but you know,
comedian, and he said, and he's like the goofiest looking guy. He had the funniest line, and he goes, I went out and with friends or something, and then his girlfriend or his wife, when he came home, she was like giving him the Spanish Inquisition. Where did you go? What did you do? Who were you? Were the women there? Did you go with girls? And he's like, every woman thinks her man is much more attractive than he really is.
Mhm.
And that hit home because especially my girlfriend is watching me with good reason, like a hawk, but it's true. It's absolutely true. Like if you saw me with this girlfriend and let's say I was going out to do a show with you guys. Oh, where you going? Oh, those girls? What are their names? That kind of thing. Did they have boyfriends? I think she's thinking I'm like, I'm like Fabio back in the day, where he's all built up and he's flowing mane hair, blonde hair.
With my shirt.
Yeah. I mean, you think I'd walk out? I'm walking out the door, and people are like, "Want my pussy? Want my pussy?" That kind of thing. And it's not true. And
me too. I mean, women
I gotta
just
pay
throw
for my
stuff at
pussy.
me.
I pay for my pussy. That's
Here,
the
Poppy,
trick.
here, Poppy, for you.
And that's the problem with rich guys. This is the point I made to Julio, and now to you guys. I pays for my pussy. And you know what? That's the best way. Because look, Bill Cosby, right? Name the guys that are in trouble or got in trouble, the big guys who lost careers, who lost promotions.
Weinstein.
They tried to use their position over women to get laid.
Tiger Woods.
Well,
Yeah, they
Tiger
use
Woods
it-
did give out some money though.
Yeah, no, but he was cheap. They were all cheap. Now the one that wasn't cheap was what's his name?
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie
Ate
Sheen.
all the women. Never got in trouble.
He even caught himself AIDS with a guy or something. Nobody cares. Nobody canceled Charlie Sheen
He got-
because he
his-
paid for his pussy. That's why. So, guys, if you're watching, and I hope to have an audience of guys as well,
Just pay for it.
listen, pay for your pussy. Cut the crap. I don't care if you're the president. It's like Bill Clinton got in
Bill
trouble.
Clinton.
He didn't pay for his pussy.
You should have paid for it. You pay some money. Nobody says nothing. You're good here.
And if you're
Men
gonna,
deserve to pay.
yeah, and if you're gonna cheat, guys,
Need to pay.
follow
Bill
the
Clinton-
Kennedys. The Kennedys did it the best. You know why? The Kennedys were much smarter than Clinton. They didn't fuck some ugly bitches. They got Marilyn Monroe. They got, you know,
and pass it around too. Like,
they-
oh, Bobby, you want some of this? Here.
yeah, guys, listen to me. I'm giving you sage advice from a guy who was married twice and has survived into this third relationship for over 16 years. Pay for it. And even when you get in trouble, buy your girlfriend off. Just like who did that? Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant was accused of rape. Oh, he's a hero. Oh, we were upset when he died. And the first thing I thought of when I heard he died, I was like, yeah, I remember when he was accused of raping that girl. He bought her off. Nothing happened to Kobe Bryant. He
No,
didn't.
he
get
bought his
killed.
wife off too. He bought her.
He bought it. Yeah, big fat rock. Am I right, people? Am I right? Just tell me. Ladies,
and on
am I
top of
right?
that,
He did
You're
that.
right.
She got that ring.
Huh?
yeah,
Ilsa, what?
And he, at the same
She
time,
got the ring. She got a giant ring. No.
yeah, it was like this.
Oh,
big.
yeah. Now she's on TV. Oh, Kobe would have wanted this and Kobe that. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Kobe
Do
would've
you
wanted
remember
I
when
think
he?
about that a lot with like baseball players because I know some girls who like sleep with like married baseball players.
That means fuck
And-
baseball players, people. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
A lot of people do. And I think about it and I look at like their Instagram pages and their wife's Instagram pages and I'm like, oh my God, like I wonder if they know,
Oh, they
you
know.
know?
Oh,
They know and they don't
They
care.
know. They know. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
when your man is making 10
They
million
know.
a year and you leave, 10 million is not there no more. So you gotta let them do whatever they want, you know.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
10 You know, 10 million a year. These guys are making crazy money. I mean, you get, you know, it's look, athletes, look, Kobe Bryant got caught and then he ratted out Shaq. Really? What you would rat out Shaq for? You didn't rat out Shaq.
What did Shaq do? I didn't hear
I
that.
didn't hear.
Yeah. What happened? What did Shaq do?
No, Shaq was gonna break him in two. He told him, "I'll break you in two."
No, but I mean, what did he do? He cheated with a girl?
No,
or-
because he was messing around. You know, like Shaq was messing around too. And then,
Oh.
and then he goes, when they caught him, they go, "Oh yeah, but Shaq, he was Shaq. Oh, wait a minute, nobody mentioned Shaq, so it's not now Shaq." Wait a minute,
Shaq was probably like, why did he mention my name? What
"What do you
the?
got to mention my name for? What the hell they got to do with me?" Well, you know, like that's
Yeah.
Kobe for. He's a rat. He's a rat. A rapist.
Ladies, do you accept, just like with my little death pronouncement, do you accept that all men, given the opportunity, will cheat? Even your man. Do you accept that?
I would hope not.
You would hope not.
Yeah.
Look at
really wanna
JT
hope
has a
not.
fiance listening to this, and I'm telling you, he's a man. And if
No,
he can
no,
get away with it,
I think JT's fiance he's gonna be a good man. Don't worry.
why? What? You didn't even meet him. What are you talking about?
Don't worry. I know he's Vietnamese. He's good. Don't worry about it. He's
Oh,
good.
come on.
Because I feel like women can do the same thing too. Like
No,
yeah,
no,
I
women
feel
don't
like-
do it. Women don't do that.
Women could do
I
it
know a
easier,
lot of women
probably.
do it.
No, but
Not.
they don't. For some reason, they don't. They don't. You know, they don't want.
But it's
Or
because
better.
it's because
Don't
of
do that.
society. That's why. Because society is always deemed men to be cheaters and always deemed men to be not in control of their bodies or their minds or whatever. And women are like, I don't know, women are kind of like sneakier, I feel. So it's like it kind of goes both ways in a way. Like, yeah, men usually cheat more, but I don't know if it's like every
No,
single man.
I don't think that's true. I think women cheat. They just don't get caught
Yeah, they're sneakier usually.
because
Mhm.
men don't care.
They're stupid.
I don't think
Maybe,
men really
like-
care.
in general.
Because if you have a cheating man and you're cheating, he really doesn't care.
And all women are like a little bit psychic. So they immediately know when they're being lied to and when they're being fucked over.
Who's
So
that?
like that's why men get caught.
Well,
And men think that they're better liars than they actually are
No,
too.
no.
Like
They do.
Well, let me-
They don't know when they're lying.
let me
No,
tell
a
you.
lot of the time off signs that
No,
something's
is
happening.
Is that men don't get caught? Is that men get caught? What it is that they leave things open. Like for instance, you know, you text your lover on your text on your phone that you lean around. You know, you leave it around, you pick it up. What's this?
That just happened to me. That just happened to me.
What's going on?
Look at
Ellen,
JT.
why
Look
are
at
you
JT.
like
No,
this?
honey,
I don't know.
It's comedy. It's a persona. It's later after this when my girlfriend, if she ever watches the show, she doesn't. Luckily, I'm gonna say, "Oh, come on, that's comedy.
my
Come
cousin,
on, it's
come
a
on.
show. What are you
Come on,
talking
it's a
about?"
girl. It ain't nothing. Don't worry about it. Nothing.
No, I don't never say that to just a girl. I say, "Here, how
So
much money you
is it,
want?"
look, you see my phone right here? My phone, no passcode. Leave it wide open. Look for it. I don't care. Look for it.
No, I have the reason.
Nothing.
Women can only gestate a baby once every 9 months, but a man can impregnate a woman. At least I can every
9
day,
times.
every
9
day,
months.
3
Oh,
times
yeah.
a day, 3 times a day. I could do it.
For 9
And
months.
so that's a
27 kids.
physiological basis. And what happens is, this is my take. Let's see if the ladies agree. Society wants you to be a certain way because it's good for society. I'm talking about men now. They want you to hook up with only one woman and marry, and because it's a method of control by the society. I'm not just talking American society. I'm talking about most societies. Now, there are some societies, Muslim, for instance, Miranda, you're probably very much aware of this because from Albania, there's a lot of Muslims and so forth.
Half of my family, yeah.
They have more than one wife. And it kind of solves the problem because I've met Muslim men and they, oh, you know, I've had 3 women, but now I'm down to 1. I said, why? He said, I can't afford it. And it was legal in his, and it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That if you're going to put it on people, when it hurts the pocketbook, that's a way to change behavior. So that's what we're talking about when I say get a rich man. Because look, if you marry a rich guy and you cheated? Okay, I'm going to divorce lawyer tomorrow. And you're going to get hosed. You're going to get hosed.
Psyche right now. Jamie's psyche is all messed up because
No, I don't want Jamie to ignore this. Like Julio said, your guy is going to be that 1 in a million
Primo for you.
who's going to not cheat, and he won't go to topless bar, and he won't go to an Asian massage parlor, and he won't. What else do I do? Escort. He won't call escorts. He
Don't worry
won't
about
rent a
it.
hotel room
He
and
wouldn't
say he's
have
at
a
work.
second
He won't do
phone or
none of
nothing like
that.
Nothing.
Like that because he's not a millionaire. That's why he's not. I presume he's not a millionaire. Your house doesn't
No.
look
Can't afford
palatial.
it.
Yeah, he can't afford it.
What do you think, Miranda? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, money is a way to change behavior, obviously, in a lot of different ways. I don't know. I mean, my side of the family, they don't have multiple wives or anything like that. The other
They
side,
don't?
but
That's
but a lot of Albanian men do actually cheat, which is really messed up. But my Italian family is pretty good. Or at least they seem that way. It just depends. I don't know. I mean,
Hispanics
really
are
don't-
known. Hispanics are
No,
known
that's
for
not
it.
true.
That's
not
part
true
of the.
about Hispanic men.
Oh, come on! I had a guy who was a lawyer. We went to law school together, and he even told me how to do it. He says, "Okay, I have this girlfriend on the side, and when I get home, I kiss my wife, and then I immediately go into the shower because they can smell it on you. You know what I mean? I mean, even it didn't get on his clothes, but he just goes right. He says, "Go into the shower and immediately take a shower."
Let me tell you what my uncle told me.
Sounds
when I
like a
became-
guilty conscience.
He was kicking it. I eventually divorced that wife, and I think eventually got 2 or
Let
3
me tell you
girls.
what my uncle told me when I was 18. He goes, let me tell you a little something, okay? A man should have more than one woman. You gotta have 2 or 3 women on the side. That way you can, keep it going. I'm like, what? I can't even get 1.
Look
You
at
tell me
JT.
to get 3? I was 18. I was still a virgin. They're telling me, well, I can't even get. What are you talking about? Like.
That sounds rough.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, I was a virgin to 20. I was 20 years old.
But when did you make this turn to St. Julio? When did you decide?
No, I never was. No, don't get it twisted now. Doesn't mean I wasn't trying. I was trying hard. Believe me, I was
Just
trying.
not successful.
That's why you gotta pay for your pussy. What?
I couldn't get into that home plate. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean. Oh, believe
you
me.
get the first base, that's the kissing. You get the second base, a little feeling up. You get the third base, you know, you get a little penetration with the hands and stuff. I just couldn't get to that home plate. You know, I just
because you didn't whip out the bucks. You did not.
No, it wasn't that. I think it was because you're right. I was, you know, I was like, because all my friends told me they all had sex. I mean, like, oh yeah, I do it all the time and all that. And I'm like, how do you do it all the time? We're hanging out all the time. I don't know. I don't know where you find.
Well, they were braggarts and they're exaggerating. Obviously.
Yeah. So what happened is that, you know, like you're like, okay, and then when you get, you know, you get the kiss and you get we call it slobbing at the time, right? You go slobbing, and then, but where am I going to take them? I live at home with my mother. What am I going to do? Take them home?
Oh yeah, you had the funniest line. I'll say it for you so that we can, you know, move it quick. Wow. Well, you said you were making out with a girl when you were a teenager because you live in the projects.
Yeah.
And you know how the project go. If you don't, I'm telling you right now, what it is you got your whole family. He Puerto Rican. You know, 8 people in a 1-bedroom apartment kind of thing. And the girl making out with him on the couch. And she goes, okay, you know, it's getting hot and heavy. And she goes, okay, let's go to your room. And he goes, this is my room. Couch in the living room.
That is unfortunate.
She's like, you know, she's like whispering, let's go to your room. And I told her, you are in my room. Because, you know, like 3 bedrooms, 11 people. Where was I?
That's when you leave. That's when you know it's time to go. It's time to go home now.
Oh, you gotta go, Ilsa? Sorry. Did we offend you in any way? Are you gonna come next week again?
Nope. Oh wait, no, yeah, to this podcast, hell yeah. But I love that how you're in the living room. This is my room. I'm like,
nope, I'm not coming back.
No, I never saw her again.
These were teenagers.
I believe it.
These were teenagers.
I never saw her again. I mean, I see her, you know, around, but she was like, oh yeah, you know, that guy. Yeah. Okay.
You're the guy that stayed in the living room.
I was the skinniest, doofiest.
Come on, I was a kid. I was only 14 years old. You know what the hell could I do? You're like, you know,
yeah, he couldn't go anywhere else. So he couldn't get his own place or rent a hotel room.
He doesn't even have family money because he doesn't even have his own bedroom. So that's the thing.
Yeah. No, you got to have your own place. I mean, come on.
Whether this is that, you know, like, you know, there was mostly women in my house, and you know, they're all in the bedroom. So, you know, you're not gonna sleep with the women, so you have to sleep in the living room. You know, like all the girls, you know, my mother had that separation thing. That thing wasn't happening in my house. You know, you couldn't even close doors in my house. There was no privacy. There was no privacy. Closed door. Hell no, he ain't closing no doors. So, you know, all the girls, they sleep. And, you know, we also had strays, you know, like people that couldn't go home or problem. My mother would take them in, and, you know, like, so I ended up in the living room, and that was my life. You know, you get up in the morning, I have to wait till everybody uses the bathroom. I have to get up real early, go to the bathroom, take a shower, and then go to school. But it wasn't like, and to tell you the truth, after a while it became normal. It was like a normal thing. I'm like, all right, it was normal. It's not a big deal. But people say, what do you mean you never had? I never had. How about your clothes? Oh no, my clothes were in the last room in the closet. So, you know, like, so if I needed to, I had to take it out at night and put it there in the living room. So when I get the dress, I get dressed and go to
Your
school.
mother had a lot of kids, but you were the last one, right? So you don't.
I was the seventh.
Because I don't know how your mother was able to propagate, if you will, so many children.
Story. It's complicated.
Okay, now we'll say that for another show.
It's
but
complicated, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
but I'm sure she needed some privacy because she had a lot of men and a lot of.
You know, after the beatings we used to get, you know, my mother used to go crazy and really whip everybody's ass. But, you know, like, what do you mean the house ain't clean? And you're like, you get fucked up. You know what I mean? They fuck you up. But
so what's the question after a Puerto Rican girl says I'm pregnant? What's the immediate question that you ask?
Again, really?
That might be, but what's the question that makes sense? Who's the father?
Well, I don't know.
You asking me that?
No, I'm saying that. Do you know that answer?
You know
No,
that.
I don't know that answer. I think that's a generational thing again. I don't think that's like a Hispanic thing. My answer is, are you gonna keep it?
No, but that's now. At that time, that was illegal when I was growing up.
I
When we
knew
were
I knew
growing
Puerto
up,
Ricans in my
Either
neighborhood
way,
in
that
the
was
Bronx.
illegal. Abortion was illegal. You couldn't do that.
I knew Puerto Ricans in the
no,
Bronx.
people would go to Mexico and shit to go get their abortions.
Yeah,
back then.
they could always find a way to do it. No, you're right.
No,
You're
you
right.
could find a way, but most people didn't have the money to go to Mexico and do it. But it was
Yeah.
illegal in New York, especially in New York State. New York State was like really. New York is liberal now, but it wasn't liberal before at all.
It ain't all that liberal either. But anyway, they'll save that for another show. But
Another show. You know?
but I knew Puerto Ricans that got pregnant at like 14, 15 years old.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. It's like, yeah, they were popping babies everywhere. It was like after a while, you're like, wow, this is like too many Puerto Ricans.
But see, like you ladies are generational. You're 2 generations down from
Yeah.
us. Were you? I mean, was that intentional? This sounds stupid, but was that intentional by you? Are you very much aware that what can happen if you get pregnant very early, or in a situation where you can't afford the kid and all that? Because that's very important. Are you?
Yeah,
were you-
definitely.
Very
Ilse,
aware.
what do you say? What do you say, Ilse?
Yeah, absolutely. Very aware. It was very it wasn't so open in my family because they're like Catholic, but it was very open in, I want to say, like media, honestly. Or in my school, I don't know, but I just knew that, sex could lead to a child, and you want to be as safe as possible because you don't want that. Because for me, I didn't want children. I haven't wanted children until the last, I want to have them now, but never did I ever want them when I was in high school or college.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
absolutely not.
Yeah, but it's not planned. I mean, that's something that
Yeah, but you want to take the precautionary steps to make sure that you're the safest that you can be, because you don't want to go through that. And I actually had an older sister who who had an abortion, and I saw the trauma that she went through, and I was like always super aware of that.
you got.
Yeah, I know so many people who had abortions. I know so many people who
Same.
had kids. I know so many people who had kids young. Like basically all of my friends really had kids like young. Not trying to put anybody down. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then that's fine. But yeah, I
put 'em
never
down.
wanted kids at like
Put
a
them
young
down.
age.
Put them down. It's all right. It's okay.
No, I love them. A lot of them are good moms or good dads too. I I know a lot of guys who had kids young too. So like a lot of them are good parents, but I do think it like does
It wears you out.
it does get in the way of a lot of stuff.
You
Gets
guys,
in the way of,
none
like,
of none of
People
you
who
like.
have ambitions, like they
Yeah.
don't really worry about, like they don't really want to have children or a family right away.
Right. And that's good for your generation, because even my family, my father was an illegal alien. He ran off a ship, worked as a ship guy, and then married my mother, and his plan worked. He wanted to stay in the country. So what he did was he had too many kids. Nobody could deport him. So he had 4 of us, couldn't afford them. So that's why we grew up in the South Bronx. And we started out in the projects, and we went to private homes, but they were in ghetto neighborhoods. And his whole plan worked, but he raised us that way. He was not a generous guy. He unlike what you hear about Asians, he wasn't the kind of guy who's going to sacrifice for his family. He was out for me. So he was making money as a waiter. And all his life, he worked until he couldn't move his knees anymore in his 70s. And he had to stop working as a waiter. But he was in real union shops, restaurants in New York, you put away bank. I mean, I once went to his restaurant, and I sat with a table of his waiter friends, and they were talking about, and they were all foreign. They were foreign born, at least. And it was like, an Italian guy and maybe an Albanian or something. And they were like, yeah, I'm going down to Florida because I got my condo down there and I got to check my tenant at the house I own. These guys were banking. And I was like, fuck, I'm an attorney. I can barely pay my rent. And my God, my father must have made hand over fist. My point being that it's not a good idea if you don't want kids and you can't afford them, or you just plain can't afford them. Period. You got to really think about
kids right away. I told them, don't do it, man. Don't do it. My daughter's 33, no kids. My son is 41, no kids. The little one is 23, no kids. Now,
And that's a record for Puerto Ricans. That's a
I
record.
bang it in their head. I said, look.
That's why he's proud of it. It's in Guinness Book of Records. You look up Puerto Ricans who didn't have any kids until they were 30, and his family, all their pictures are there.
Like my daughter was messing around on Facebook about, oh, we're gonna have a baby. So everybody, of course, oh, it's such a blessing. Oh, it's such a wonderful thing. Oh, this and that. So I go, don't do it, Dad. And of course, I get all the calls like, oh, how can you say that? Don't you want grandchildren? I said, no, not really. I don't want that.
You got
your granddog.
I'm not a baby person. I like babies. Don't get me wrong. But once you're there, it's like,
if it's not yours, you like it.
but it ain't mine. You know, like, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna have my child have a baby you can't take care of because I'm gonna throw you out and I'm gonna keep the baby. You
It's
know,
kind of like me and Julio talk about now with guys getting accused of sexual harassment, or even if you're having sex with a girl and you go too far, so to speak. We'll go in another show. We'll talk all about that. And now it's like you can be accused of rape and and it's like, guys, if you're listening, guys, I hope you're listening.
don't do it, man.
Don't do it. Don't bust the move. Don't do it.
Bust the move. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. What happened? She's a little high. No. Don't give her a drink. Don't take her home because you can end up in jail like my friend. My friend went to the bar. He was drinking back and forth. He took her home. Did whatever they got to do. The next morning, are you Alvarez, Mr. Albert? Yes, I am. I'll turn around. You're under arrest. What happened? Rape. What was that about? So, like he went along because, I didn't rape anybody, right? He went along. He goes, do you know this girl? Well, yeah, I know her. Did you have sexual relationships with her? You know how cops are with their bullshit. That's why when people talk about cops, I don't feel sorry for cops. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go.
Here we go on another tangent, but stay on topic. Stay on topic.
But anyway, they ran him through. So everything that he agreed on, that's what they put on the trial. Oh yeah, he did have sex with her. Well, did you buy her drinks? Well, yeah,
that's part of the game. In my day, in our day.
Like that's part of the deal, right? And yeah,
you got to get her drunk. Yeah.
Well, we got a little bit drunk, and then we went home and we did our thing, and boom, boom, boom. They put that out on the trial. He got 7 years. Now this guy is a good-looking guy. I mean, he wasn't like a dweeb or anything like that.
Too bad he wasn't. If he wasn't, he'd be like you or me, Julio. We go in a bar.
Exactly.
We talk to a girl, hey, baby, and then I don't say that, hey, baby. I pretty much just stand there with my drink in my hand, hoping the girl looks at me and says something.
I hope she.
Yeah. I'll never be accused of rape. Believe me, I will never happen. Nobody would believe it anyway. Nobody would believe it. Who raped you? That Chinese guy? No, come on, get out of here.
Never happened.
Get the fuck out of here. So the guy with the glasses. The Chinese guy with the glasses and the tie and the jacket? No way.
The other guy over there? I don't think so.
Stop right there, miss. Stop right there.
And there's always the guys that were real mean that got the girls. When I was growing up, if you were mean, MF, you got
bad boys. Bad boys.
You were just they were just all low.
I was jealous of those guys.
Yeah, me too, man.
And they had the open shirt. They had an open shirt. I didn't have any hair. I can show you right now. I had no hair. They had their shirts open. They got hair in there and shit.
Yeah, man. They had everything going down. And, I knew a guy named Blackie. His name was Blackie. That was his name, Blackie. But he wasn't black. They just called him Blackie. I don't know why. He was a Puerto Rican guy, tall, good-looking guy. Dancer, guy could dance, had everything going for him. So we were friends. And we go to Central Park. We used to go to Central Park and hang out. All the young people used to go there. We hang out, try to pick up chicks. Of course, I never did, but I tried. I tried a lot, hard. But... And he was on top of a hill, and I went up there. I said, "Yo, Blackie, what's up?" He goes, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I said, "Yo, I got these joints. You want to roll? We smoke?" He goes, "Yeah, let's do that." So we were smoking, burning herb. So this girl came up, and Blackie, I want to talk to you. Really good looking. I mean, like real fine, right? I'm like, damn, she had a halter top. Like this back in the '70s. So yeah, halter top. I'm like, damn, Black. And he's like, he stopped. He goes, hold on, wait a minute. He goes, what did I tell you? She goes, what? I said, when I'm talking with somebody, you don't come and interrupt me. What the fuck I tell you? Now get the fuck out of here, right? So she went to walk away and he kicked her. Like, no, for real. I kicked her in the butt. Boom. And I'm like this. I couldn't believe it. She tripped down because it was like a little hill, tripped down the little hill in Central Park, and she fell.
Did you punch him in the face?
No, he kicked her in the butt. You know, he kicked because she was walking away and he kicked her.
No, but did you punch him in the face after
No,
he did?
he would have kicked my ass. You kidding me? He was like, he was this big. I'm like, I was just
You
shocked.
should
Like,
have done it on principle.
I was like, oh shit. And then he says, yo, man, this girl, man, these women, man, you know. And then he goes, yo, finish that joint. So, you know, I'm like, okay. So he walks away, he goes to the fountain. So I go down the little hill.
This better end up in a sexual thing, or else we're gonna end the show
and I
right
say,
now.
are you okay? You know, you need help? She's like, oh, yeah, I'm all right. Where did Blackie go? That's what she said. Where did he go? I'm like, oh, really? Now, come on. It's like you have to be that mean. I mean, right now you're looking at me and saying, oh, I would never let a man do that. But I don't know that, you know, like they've been happening.
All right, we will save that for another show, the
We'll do
psychology of
another
women
show, you know, like,
and what they're attracted to and all that. Because I understand the bad boys. That's basically
bad boy.
bad
It
boys.
wasn't me. It
But
wasn't me. I was mad as
Yeah,
hell.
I was jealous of those guys, the bad
Well,
boys.
I'm mad now.
I
I'm
couldn't
on
get
my
out
way
of.
out.
I
I
could.
was-
A lot of
Go ahead.
them are abusive and rapists and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
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 I never had that opportunity.
Now.
I couldn't.
Bad boy means criminal now.
No, because
he's
look,
probably
you know,
in jail. Yeah.
the
Not good.
rapist is determined from the woman, not from the man. So you can have
As it should be.
no, you can have
Unless
relationships
it's like a
and you
man
both
to
agree,
man or
and then you can go to the
male to
police
male.
department and says he raped me, and they're gonna arrest him and put him in jail. I guarantee.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
A lot
he's
of
gonna
times,
get
no.
charged with anything.
No, a lot
Yeah,
of
he
times
will.
they
Yeah,
don't.
That's
they'll
true.
charge you. They
Yeah,
will-
most of the
he's a-
times they
he's a-
don't get charged
look,
with
look,
anything.
he's an
so-
attorney.
I know a few girls that got sexually assaulted and they went to the cops and nothing happened at all because they couldn't prove it. So it just depends
Well,
on like
look,
the situation.
Yeah.
look, they is whether you prove it or not. If you can prove that you had relationships with him, they can make a case. And believe me, you have all these wondrous women.
Yeah, but they're just found innocent. Like one of my friends got sexually assaulted in college by this older man, and she went to court for it, and she took the test, but they didn't find any semen in her. What they found, she wasn't a virgin, so they couldn't like prove anything.
Okay.
Oh, there's not much you could do. There was only 2 people in that room.
Yeah, but then
You know,
again,
it's-
I'm not
they
saying that
canceled
it
the
happened.
case.
Ilsa, I didn't say that it happened and he didn't sexually, but again, you wasn't there. And we really don't know that. You know, like, and I'm not saying that all women do that. I'm just saying that there are women that, you know, will have relationships, you know, it's consensual, right? And then all of a sudden you change your mind and you call the cops and, you know, get arrested.
I think that's pretty
for anything.
rare.
It's not good. You're gonna get arrested. It's not good. I mean,
Well, that's
arrested.
let me wrap it up here and I appreciate. Thank you, panel, JT, Ilsa, and Miranda, and as well Julio. And you should know that off camera, me and Julio are best of buddies, and I have to hold myself back even on camera because I have fun razzing him a bit, as you can tell. But he's a funny guy, and otherwise he wouldn't be on the show. But in any event, I will say this: that's why celebrities shouldn't hang out at clubs. They shouldn't hit on, if you will, women that would have reason because they're not celebrities and they're not well financed themselves and they don't have anything to lose. They should just leave those kind of people alone. So if you're watching any of you famous people with real money, athletes, celebrities who are male and like or straight, I'm just talking about straight now. I don't know the gay world. That's another world and another show. But stay away from regular people. That's why when Ben Affleck breaks up with his girlfriend, unlike Nicolas Cage, he doesn't go after the waitress. He goes after Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, you got to go with the money.
You got to go with the money, yeah, because it is very, very dangerous. It's very dangerous because you'll have sex with a woman and she can immediately, as happened to, and you may not agree with me, Mike Tyson. And he did time in jail. Now, my question is, though, if Mike Tyson called you people up at 2 a.m. and said, hello, come over to my hotel room. It's 2 fucking in the morning. What do you think Mike Tyson wants?
Coffee. He wants to drink coffee.
That's all I'm going to say. Now, Bill Cosby is another story. You know,
It doesn't matter what he wants. If he invited me over and I don't want to have sex with him,
don't do
I
it.
don't have
just
sex with
don't
him.
go over
Ilsa,
there.
Ilsa, if you're going,
It doesn't matter.
yeah, if you're going, then you
He
know
can't
the
take
deal.
it from me.
But
It's still mine.
well, he can
can't
take it from you.
Even if I go over there, even if I go in a fucking stripper's outfit and do a little dance for him, he still can't fucking rape me because I didn't say yes.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
we
say
don't
that
know
was
that.
right. I
That's
didn't
the
say that was
problem.
right. No, I don't.
He can't do it. And
He-
it's not my responsibility to know what this motherfucker wants at 2 a.m.
Hey,
Why?
hey, hey,
Whoa,
don't
whoa.
be cursing about Ty. He's a good guy. He's a good dude. Don't be
At
talking
2
about him.
I don't care what
a.m.
he wants at 2 in the morning. I don't want to give it to him. Maybe I want to dress in a little stripper's outfit and give him a little dance, but I don't want
He
to do
wasn't a
anything
stripper.
else.
That's the
And
thing.
maybe that's what I want to do for him or whatever the fuck. I'm
no.
just saying I'm making up like a scenario where you try to blame the woman. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to open my legs for him. I'm not going to open my legs for him.
I'm just taking it one
He's
more
wrong.
step.
At the end of the day, he's wrong.
I'm taking it one more step. If Mike Tyson calls you at 2 a.m. in the morning and says, come over to my hotel room, and if I was in the room with you, I would just tell you, don't do it. Don't go over there.
Man.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. But I say it the same way for celebrities. It's too easy to become a target because you're well known, because you have money. And I'm not saying that even the woman, like you're saying, maybe she's thinking, oh, yeah, I'll get to know him and it's going to help my career. The Bill Cosby thing. It's going to help my career, or the Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein, same thing, same excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing. Yeah. So how about the other way around? How about if the girl calls me up to her room, right? And you know, she's doing her thing, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. Of course, it's a lie, but you know, like I don't want to do that. She's like, no, you got to do it, and then she forces me, right? I go to the police. What do you think they're gonna tell me? Come on.
Because the police are messed up sometimes.
No, but
They're fucked up.
so
Sometimes
what
they
do you
don't
think the
believe in
police
people.
is gonna tell me? I just went up to the room at 2 a.m. to one of you girls up there, and you jumped on my bones, right? You did your thing on me, and I didn't like it, so I went to the police. And
Well, how could you
reported
not like it? Look at these women.
No,
That's
I know,
exactly
yeah,
what the
yeah,
police
right.
said.
No, I didn't like it. I don't like that. I don't like doing that,
That's
right?
what they think of.
So what would the police tell me? You tell me. I mean, figure out in your own head. You tell me if that would happen, even though most men would never do that. But I'm saying, if I was to do that, what do you think the police would tell me?
They would say the same thing that Richard just said, that how could you not like it, and that you're lying, or maybe even insinuate that you're gay, that you didn't like it.
No,
But I think
It's
that
not
all
a
of that
crime,
is-
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, but I
All
thought
of
you
that
would invite me up to
I
have
don't-
coffee. That's what I thought.
If somebody is forcing you to do something or coercing you to do something that you don't want to do, even if it's a power dynamic, whatever it is, like whatever situation, it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman or anybody.
This is
it's sexual assault.
one-sided only. This only works for women.
No, it's
for
not.
men.
No,
It
it's
does
not.
not work
It
Because
only
men are
works for
victims as
women.
well.
You can say whatever you want. And I know, look, logically,
No.
I understand it. But reality, never. And now, come on. You're smart women.
Yeah, that's
Figure it out.
why.
That's why it's messed up. It's messed up culture.
That's
No,
the
it's not whether it's
problem.
messed up or not. I'm just telling you, if it was a man doing
Yeah.
that, they're not going to take him as serious if a woman says it. You understand
No,
what
they
I
might
mean?
not. No, they
That's
might
why I
not.
love that.
Of
Have you guys
course.
seen that
You know what
show
it
I
is
made
that
for
you
you?
won't do that. See, you yourselves won't do that, but there's women that would do that.
know.
Well, you know, if a man was to say, no, I don't want to. Oh yeah, what's the matter? You know, what's the matter? You gay? You don't like this? Whatever is going on, you jump on your bones, right? He don't like it, right? He don't like it. You go to the police. What do you think the police is gonna tell him?
All
That's
right,
what I'm
we
saying.
went over that already. We know what the police are going to say.
But it's like
You wouldn't even go down to the police station. You just wouldn't do it.
I would report.
Oh,
him
okay, yeah,
immediately.
St. Julio,
Immediately.
yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah,
don't want-
because police don't help civilians. They don't help anybody. They help property. They're there to
Correct. I agree.
help property rights. They don't help civilians. They never have. If you're locked out of your apartment and you need help, you can't fucking call a cop. You have to call the locksmith. Like nobody can help. Like police can't help you. They can't do shit. They're not there for the people. They never have.
tell me,
been.
You don't like the police.
No, I
Well,
hate the police.
Okay.
Huh? You hate the
This
police.
is going to be good for another show.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
This
Oh,
is going to be
yeah.
good.
Boy,
This
That
is
is
going to be
I gotta
good.
My dad always taught me don't trust the fucking police.
Let me tell you something. I don't like the police at all, but
Don't trust
it's
Yeah.
a necessary evil, whether you like
I
it or
don't
not.
trust cops. I never.
Wait,
Oh,
you like-
this is going to be good for another
yeah,
show.
believe me.
Don't talk to cops ever.
Yeah, you don't trust it, but you
That's
trust
what
your
I was
doctor.
taught. I
But
don't
you
know.
trust your
That's how I
doctor,
was
the one who
raised.
gave you the
I
vaccine, right?
talk to
You
the
trust
cops.
him. You trust your doctor who lied to you all your life, right? You trust your doctor.
I don't have a doctor. I'm Mexican.
Well, yeah, you have a doctor, right? You have a doctor.
Like Chris Rock says, you got aspirin and you got what's it?
Robitussin.
Bengay,
Robitussin.
Bengay, Robitussin, Bengay.
I got it. I can fix
Chris Rock is
myself.
always
right?
talking about Robitussin.
My grandmother always had this
Let it seep
Bengay.
in.
Rub the
Let it
Bengay.
seep
Oh
in.
man, I think I broke my wrist. Bengay. There you go.
Bengay, yeah.
Bengay, yeah.
Let's
In
get
our
that
day,
Robitussin.
Bengay.
Wait, it's broken arm? Let it seep in. It'll be all right.
Like my mother,
Robitussin.
Yeah, take 2 aspirins, lie down. Take 2 aspirin, lie down.
It'll be okay.
You're not going to a doctor. We're not paying for that.
He got burned. He's burned. Just roll him on the floor. It'll be all right. Give him a hot dog. Give him a hot dog. It'll be all right.
Yeah, I grew up poor too, so I know that deal. As a matter of fact, I don't have a doctor either. I don't have insurance, but that's another show. That's another story.
That's another show.
Listen, ladies, fantastic.
Thank you.
I got a lot of good clips for TikTok. I appreciate what you've done with us, and we're not working you to death. As a matter of fact, I don't plan on coming back for another 2 weeks. Give ourselves a rest and get ready to get juiced to argue with Julio and have some fun with him and with the rest of you, because you guys are fantastic.
I can't wait. Boy, I'm gonna have some
Oh
fun.
yeah, this is
I can't wait.
this I think is the
Oh,
best show
rock
we've
it
ever
out.
done. Julio, I think this is really, in terms of the substance
Uh-huh.
and the way the ladies are. We're down 2 generations though from when we started. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
were
but you ladies are really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
yeah,
it.
and
Because
beautiful and beautiful.
You let me volley, and I appreciate that for real. Because like sometimes you say that people we had women that got off the show. They're like, that's it, I'm out. I'm like, they would just leave. I'm like, what are you gonna leave for? This is a show. It's a show.
And
Well,
if my girlfriend calls any of you guys, just remember, say, oh no, that was just a show. He
Oh,
didn't mean that he
that's-
calls escorts and goes to
No,
topless
he's
bars.
good.
And,
No, he never
you know what I mean? Vouch for me. You know what I'm
I know
saying?
your life, so.
Oh yeah, do me a favor. Don't tell
Miranda,
everybody
especially
that
you.
know.
You're in my circle over here. Miranda, you're in New York.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
don't tell everybody that you
Ixnay
know
on
that-
the topless bar, Sinead.
Yeah, I don't know everybody that I tried real hard and didn't score. Please don't say that. All right. I got a reputation to hold around here, right? Just don't do that.
Oh, your wife knows that you can't get anybody. Come on, you ain't spending.
It's hard just getting that. I'm like, come on, it's like,
I don't get nothing. I get nothing. I get nothing. And
Oh, he
my
gets
girlfriend
nothing.
sleeps
I get
downstairs. Yeah, we're. It's the weirdest thing. I'm a prisoner. She's jealous, but yet no sex. So if you guys can help me out, let me know if you know of any good escorts or topless bars I can go to.
All right, ladies, good night.
Thank you. This has been.
Good night.
It's NHB, No Holds Bars. Really, I think we really were No Holds Bars. So thank you again to JT, Jamie, Ilsa Morales, Miranda. Good job coming in, even though you missed the first taping of the first show. But next time you'll be on time, and next time we're going to go right from the start. And maybe I'll add a few extra. I think we need that white guy on the show, though, too. I think that's what we need. We got to fill it out.
Another black guy.
And I am desperately going to look for a Cuban topless dancer. Now you guys got me turned on about it. And I'm not, there's no way, Julio, you're attacking Cubans and I don't get a Cuban female on here.
No, I can get you a Cuban girl to come on. You want her to come on? I
Yeah,
got her.
let me see her first. Send me her picture and resume.
No, she's not. She ain't no looker, but she's cute.
No.
No, it's not working.
No, it's not. No, I'm very much a male chauvinist
How
pig.
about an older Cuban woman? Older Cuban.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility because, they have MILFs on the internet and they look interesting. But I got to still see her. Sorry, ladies. I'm being, this is just a joke. It's comedy. It's a persona.
And next time we'll talk about porn. So that, right now.
Oh, man. Are you guys ready to talk about porn next time?
And next
Yeah.
time
JT's
I'm
shaking
ready.
her head. She's ready. Ilsa?
Are you
Why
ready,
not?
Elsa?
I have nothing to say about it.
Miranda, you got stuff.
Miranda's coming on.
Okay.
All right. Jamie, you take care of yourself. Miranda, nice meeting
You
you.
as
New Yorker.
well.
And Ilsa, Chicago. I need that sweatshirt. All right. Get me that sweatshirt.
We'll see you in about 2 weeks, and I'll let you all know when the next taping is. I'll poll you for when you can make it, and we're gonna have a lot of fun on this show. So thanks again. It's No Holds Barred, NHB really, and I'm Dr. Alan Chan signing off.
Ooh, you're right.